Hi guys, welcome to this edition of RiPA Bites. The desk is back, but unfortunately my counterpart Bungle is not. He's behind the scenes, he's gone and crippled himself somehow. Too much anal probably, I don't know. So if we can all give him a little that's nice actually.
A little bit more would have been nice.
That's all you're getting, don't push it, don't milk it, man. So
that's what I did it in the first place.
So on tonight's show, on this edition, we're talking about the paranormal world as a whole, paranormal investigation teams and locations. It seems to me that teams, the paranormal world regarding teams and locations has kind of become one big cliche. When you go out to a location, you do the same thing over and over and over and over again. But people seem to buy into this. Now, RiPA's kind of quiet in the public front, we know that. And we don't really do that much. We don't really do that much field work anymore.
We don't do tours, do we? Because we don't feel that we should be charging the public stupid amounts of money.
Well, that's it. It's getting harder and harder because a lot of places, a lot of the big name places, are always up north, and we have like a 2-hour radius on us.
Or it costs too much for a start.
Yeah, and it costs too much for a start. I'll go with that one.
Way too much.
I mean, we have got a place local to us, Ye Old Swan in Milton Keynes. Now, it's only a small little pub, but there is a group going there, and they're charging 25 quid for 4 or 5 hours. That to me is steep.
Yeah, but see, this is where RiPA's different. When we go out from about 9 o'clock till about 6 o'clock in the morning. When half the time we're staggering home, God knows what time.
So when you see cars weaving like that, it's probably us like.
Half of them are only out till 2 o'clock, and it's like, what's the point? 9 till 2, I just don't see the point.
Yeah, well, when we do an event, we try to give it the full on. We do 12 hours, isn't it?
Well,
we try to get there at 6 and finish at 6. Obviously, we don't expect people to stay that amount of time, but if they want to, they can. But yeah, what you can do in 5 hours isn't enough for the serious research group. And as I said at the start, it's when you do these teams and you go out, it is just the same repeat, lava, rinse, wash type of stuff.
Oh look, there's a ghost, woohoo.
You've also got a lot of setup time as well. I should imagine you've got all your cameras, your mics, all the equipment that you're going to be using, and then you won't actually get any time to.
It does take a long time sometimes to set up. That's why we try and get there a bit earlier before everyone else turns up.
I remember back when RiPA was knee high to a grasshopper, was before flat screen monitors and all that. We used to have big full-on box TVs, 14-inch monitors.
And
we used to have like 3 or 4 of them, video recorders, videotapes reaching floor to ceiling. And that was a long time to take up to do, because you had to always be constant review of the videotapes. And that one's ended now, let's put another one in, and then you get home the next day and you're sitting there all bleary-eyed just changing these tapes, and you had to edit them and copy them. It was a nightmare. So setup time, it has been dramatically reduced, but there's still quite a bit you've got to do. I mean, CCTV and whatnot now. Which brings us on to base readings. So many groups spend a lot of time doing base readings. I'm not a fan of these, because to get a base reading of a property, you need to do it over a period of time, a length of time, not just 5 minutes walking around the building. You're not going to get shit for doing that.
The thing is, temperatures change anyway with the amount of people in the room, with what's going on in the atmosphere outside. So whatever baseline temperature you're going to get when you walk in, it's going to completely change within 5 minutes anyway. So what's the point in that?
Well, it's okay, because you've got these infrared thermometers that everyone has.
That just does the wall, wherever it points to.
Yeah, another pointless tool in the Ghost Hunters kit is these infrared thermometers. They've got a little red dot, you've probably seen them. They'll squirt it onto whatever they call it. It'll trigger it, and the red dot will hit the wall, or hit the floor, or hit somebody's hand. And then we go, oh no, it's cold. It's a fucking wall. Of course it's cold. It doesn't
it's not warm.
It doesn't pick up the centre of the room. If you have got one of these thermometers, the best way to do it is get a balloon, blow the balloon up, take a reading, an average temperature of the balloon, and then scan I won't say squirt, but you have a go at me. Yeah. Then aim your thermometer at the balloon. If that heats up, then you may have something, or if a dramatic temperature change, there may be something there. But otherwise, do away with your infrared thermometers. They're no good. We've done so we've slated quite a few things already.
Yeah, What else is there?
So,
Apart from locations which cost too much money because they just want people in for their pockets, but then that's fine.
yeah, locations. You're charging way too much. It's got to come a time where we've got to start revolting on them. I mean, when we first started out, we had locations asking us to go to them, and they would offer to pay us, but we'd always say no. And we would get locations every 2 weeks.
It's because you've got a lot of tour groups now, though. They're making a lot of money by renting out all these places for people to go, and they're charging stupid money for what you could get for a lot cheaper.
And that's it. We've got a couple of new members with us on the table tonight, as you probably noticed. We've got Rob over there and we've got Annette over here. Now, Annette, you used to run your own team.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with how workings are. How did you approach locations and what was the money like back then?
Quite extortionate. I contacted a few places and they were like £500.
That's a lot of money.
I wouldn't pay that at all.
And that was just for how many hours? 4 or 5 hours?
Yeah, I think that was Calverton Hatch.
£500 for Calverton.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's ridiculous.
that is an obscene amount of money.
I know.
We've never had to pay that amount.
Oxford,
We like Kelton.
thing is, Oxford Castle's that as well, isn't it? 500.
Oxford Castle, there's no point even touching that.
It's so small. There's
Well,
nothing of it.
it's so expensive for what it is, really.
Well, I used to do landscaping around at Oxford Castle,
It's already big, isn't it?
and I knew a few of the people who worked there who done it, and yeah, it's just mainly a tourist track now.
Basically, they just want the money.
Yeah.
Like a lot of places,
All about
unfortunately.
the money.
Yeah,
Sadly so.
unfortunately, and it's all about tour groups as well nowadays.
Well,
People don't want to go with a little 2-bob-bit proper paranormal research group anymore.
you call us a 2-bob-bit paranormal research?
I am, yes I am.
Once upon a time, we were top of the listings, top of Google.
We are for being nasty, yeah.
And,
So-
yeah.
Back,
He
we
is,
stood about.
he is.
back to basics though, surely that's where you keep your costs down, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, we've always tried to get your costs down because again, we don't want to con people, and if we're doing a paranormal investigation, we want to do it properly. We don't want to charge stupid. We're not in it for profit. It'd be nice, but yeah, we don't do it that way. Talking of which, I'm having trouble selling my house. Any ideas what I can do to do it?
Make it haunted!
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Who said that?
I don't know.
A ghost.
That's an idea.
That's a very good idea, actually. Yeah. How old is your house, though? Does it look old? Could it be haunted?
Oh, well, it's falling apart.
Can we make some backstory with it?
Yeah, easy.
Is it on an Indian burial ground?
Would anybody actually do that though? Would anybody actually believe that?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't say that.
Funnily enough, it seems like the current trend is, I'm trying to sell my house, can't. Let's make it haunted.
You're not going to touch with a barge pole then, are they, really? You're just going to send groups in.
Yeah,
I
but
suppose that pays your mortgage.
65 quid each to spend a couple of hours in a house. Have you paid 65 quid or whatever to go to one of these houses? You know what we're on about. There's a few out there all of a sudden. It seems to be a current trend, and I mean, you got the Witch's Cave, you've got Pontefract, you've got this new 7-bedroom hotel in Hull, is it?
I think there's one in Liverpool as well, isn't there? Which you on this morning.
Yeah, but again, that's another thing. They're all up north. It's just like
No ghost ones.
it's like when you're a ghost, you become skint and you've got to go up north, because you can't afford to live down south in the afterlife or something. I don't know. But there's a lot more reports of ghosts up north than there is
Yeah.
down south. Why is that? Any ideas?
That's a good question.
If you know, write in. Let us know.
Well, don't bother because you never do you?
You don't even watch this shit, do you?
What's the point?
You're too busy spending your money on these houses.
But you mustn't forget there are places out there that don't sort of charge the earth. One I can think of, for example, is World's End.
Because you guys, last time you went, I went with you, but you guys picked stuff up there, or you had some stuff happen that you can't quite explain.
There were various bits and pieces that none of us can explain.
The best
really.
thing was it's got our skeptic thinking.
Yeah.
And that was one of the good things, really. Now, he doesn't normally think anyway. But it really got him thinking about something. Didn't it, Ian? Bungle thing over in the corner.
I'm not here.
But on the back of that, what if one of these ghost groups went to one of these houses and they come away saying the same thing? Oh yeah, something happened there and it was this, and they tell us and we're like, yeah, right, whatever. So why should we believe you and not believe them?
That's right, yeah, I mean, totally. I suppose other people need to get there and see for themselves, really.
Well, this is
So
why this is why we're going to keep going back every now and then anyway, to try and get more research onto the place.
So are we in the wrong for casting doubt on these houses? What if they really are haunted?
Perhaps they are, but that's why we want to try and get in, but we can't afford the ludicrous prices that they're charging. I mean, we are just a small little group. We are a research team. We do try and research as best we can. And there is no way in hell we can afford £65 per person for 4 hours. And I know I can't.
I can't, and I wouldn't want to. I want that sort of amount justified.
Yeah.
What are we
want
getting?
To see a ghost.
Yeah, a real one. What are we getting for such money?
Who's offering the service? We are.
What?
We're offering the service to them.
Yeah, but our service will be we're proving.
Why are we paying?
Our service will be it's probably not haunted. It's probably your creaky floor or something. Whereas other investigation groups will be like, other paranormal teams will be like, it's a ghost. You're haunted. See a little boy in the window.
I don't see why they're charging that amount when we're offering them a service.
Yeah.
To research their property. They're saying it's haunted. We're trying to give them a definitive answer.
They don't want a definitive answer.
They want people
no money in
money.
No, there's no money
in it.
If you let RiPA go to a property, the chances are we can explain 99.9% of the things that people are saying that it's haunted, it's ghosts and whatnot, which is why people don't always call upon RiPA, because they don't want that clarification, because it will finish their little sidelines.
And we do go to places more than once, so we can try and.
We are like the James Randi of Paranormal.
Hail James.
Yeah. We're basically saying, yeah, we'll prove it for you if you want us to prove it.
But how can you prove it? That's the problem.
Sure that it's haunted, let's come in for free.
The problem is with the paranormal, how can you prove it?
By going in there and letting this so-called stuff happen. I mean, we've had stories of beds moving, things being thrown, stuff's being moved around. We go into a place, we don't get any of that.
This is where the paranormal really stumps you, really, in a sense, because you can never ever prove the paranormal, because you're always going to get people to say no, it's not. What you've got there, you've got complete Doubting Thomases. You've got, no, I'm sorry, that's not right. No, that's not right. This and this. I'm not really explaining myself properly.
No, but I disagree with what you're saying. Because
I knew that.
You've got your Doubting Thomases, but then you've got your factual Thomases,
no
factual threads. All right.
One's ever going to believe it though, or disbelieve. This is where paranormal comes from funny.
Right, we go into one of these houses. Let's take the one in Pontefract, okay? People get thrown down the stairs. People have the chest of drawers move in the bedroom or something like that, right? We go in there. That doesn't happen. Does that mean it's not haunted? Does that mean it's not haunted? Not necessarily. But if we can go in there and the chest moves, but we find a reason for it moving, which another group which said, oh, the chest moved, it's a ghost. If we can find the reason for it, then it's not haunted.
And then if we
when we had that doubt, which is why we researched it and went to find out what was really causing it. Because remember with RiPA, we don't go out to find the ghost, we go out to find the reason why people say there's ghosts. Ooh, yeah!
I'm just trying to think how to put it properly, that was all.
Shut you up! Bad bitch!
It's just yeah, but the thing is, every time you get any evidence, anything, you're always going to get a complete minority saying no, as well as the majority saying yes.
But that's why we need to be more alive or more out there than we have been. Alive, get the pun. Again, we're not necessarily out there just to disprove. I mean, our motto is nothing's impossible, just improbable. If we can explain it away, we will. But
what, like my brick dust?
Do you remember the brick dust photo? Here it is.
Enough said.
Can you see in the window?
I took it.
Moving on, Alex. You've come to a few places with us in your time. What's the most haunted place you've been with us?
That's hard because none of them really were.
Hold on a minute. Stop press. So we've been to nearly every big haunted place in the UK over the course of the
Yes.
18, 19 years we've been about.
Yeah.
And alright, you've been with us a short time of those years, but you're saying that nowhere we've been has been haunted. That
No,
includes the
not-
Ramin.
No, Ramin's not haunted at all. It's just totally empty.
That's coming from a fucking medium.
So cool.
I think the only thing that's scary in there is the idea the price goes up halfway through the night and the way that everything, even including the furniture, seems to have a marker sticker on it that seems to have been bought in an auction.
And no fat chicks allowed.
And how it structurally sounds for anybody to still keep walking around it, I have no idea whatsoever.
Surprised
Of course, that's my opinion.
not been in there yet, I tell you. Wow.
Red Doubt was probably the only place that actually has anything really strong. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a lovely place, nice people, they're really nice to you, and they charge you a good price. Really nice place.
Read out. We're coming for you soon. Till next time, guys. Let us know your thoughts, comments, and everything that we've spoken about today. I'll speak to you next time. Bye bye.